Welcome to Keepin' It Real, your go-to radio show for fresh insights and vibrant introductions. Get ready to dive into a world where we offer you the latest in real estate wisdom and the juiciest community tidbits. From expert advice courtesy of top realtors to opportunities to give back through local charities, we've got you covered. Plus, we'll shine a spotlight on the young athletes driving our local sports scene and uncover the buzzworthy happenings both in town and beyond. Stay tuned for a jam-packed hour of enlightenment and entertainment right here on Keepin' It Real.
All right. Good Saturday morning to everyone listening out there this morning, and welcome to our little community radio show and podcast, Keepin' It Real, brought to you by the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty. I'm Dion Ethell, and I'll be your host for this week's Keepin' It Real radio show. I'm also a team realtor with the team. We're right here for you, whether you're buying or selling, or even if you're just wondering how you might go about becoming a first-time home buyer, or even if you're just weighing the options of moving and want to know more about the market. We got you. And we have a team of people who have some terrific military careers. Their backgrounds are awesome, have some great insider experience how to assist our veterans, and others with business acumen and years of experience in the private sector. So, of course, there's also Sherry Ethell, the powerhouse behind our successful team, and associate broker, team CEO, and expert in the local market with over a decade of real estate experience in business and 26 years as a scientist. Yeah, scientist. Yeah, she's amazing with numbers and strategies, processes, and contracts, and she knows the market. She's excellent at market analysis, and that's one of her strengths. She's also a very, very sweet person and just loves to help people kind of get into their homes, and that's what she does, But most importantly, she's a closer. Yeah, anyone can list a home, but it's something different to correctly price your home and guide it through the process to closing. She knows how to do it. Buying a home is one of the largest purchases we make during our life and one of the greatest assets we have. In fact, real estate's one of the fastest and easiest ways to wealth. So don't sell yourself short. And we don't want you to have any stress in that process. It's another one of the things that Sherry prides herself on, is trying to take the stress out of the process. So come see the Sherry Ethell team today and see what makes us different, why our clients come back time and time again and refer us to their friends and families. We encourage you to interview other realtors. I know that sounds strange, but we really want to, because we want to earn your trust and confidence. That's paramount to us, and we can't wait to show you how we provide value and how we provide services beyond the norm. But enough of all that. Let's get to the show and get this show on the road while we're waiting for our guests to arrive at Long Realty Studios. Let me tell you about 3 terrific events that are happening. One of them's happening actually today, so it's really important, but put the other ones on your calendar. And we won't spoil the day for our guests to tell you the inside scoop on what their event is all about, but we do want to tell you that the Women's Council of Realtors Sierra Vista chapter is hosting their annual Food Truck Fest this morning from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Veterans Memorial Park. It's free admission and open to the public, of course. Everyone's invited, so be sure to come down and join them for a ton of food, vendors, and fun. But we'll let them give you all the details. Now, next weekend's event is going to also be really fun, so put that on your calendar. It's an event hosted by Sierra Vista Police Department, specifically the Nancy J. Brewer Animal Care Center. You've heard them many times on the radio. This one's going to be held at Tompkins Park next Saturday, September 13th from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. So don't get confused. It's not at the shelter, so don't show up at the shelter. It's at Tompkins Park at 7th and Buffalo Soldier. I'm sure you've probably seen it, but most of us have seen it as we've driven by. There's always dogs out there enjoying the small and large dog play yards out there. So it makes perfect sense to host the exhibition there. Those 2 dog park areas, they're going to be used that morning for some fun demonstrations. So be sure to put that on your calendar if you use that park a lot, because they will be closed for a little while they do that, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. So be sure to take note of that. But they're going to be used that morning for some fun demonstrations with our very own shelter pups from the Nancy J. Brewer Animal Care Center. Everyone needs to come out and support these dogs. Super important. The shelter's full, and it's a great time to pick up a dog or a cat and get that adoption going. Make sure you come out and support these guys. Everyone needs to come out to the Tompkins Park and enjoy these fantastic adoptable dogs in action. You'll also see the local ladies in blue out there, our wonderful ACOs, the animal control officers. But we'll also have the Dogs Playing for Life group. They help socialize and train the dogs, prepare them for adoption. And they'll be there with our amazing ACOs who work tirelessly with the animals as well at the shelter. And then later in the show, we'll hear from Arleen Garcia herself. She's the supervisor at the Nancy J. Brew Animal Care Center, works for SVPD, and she'll give us the rundown on what to expect to see there. Again, that is on September 13th. That's a Saturday. 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. It's not at the shelter. It's at Tompkins Park, 7th and Buffalo Soldier. So be sure to attend that. And then lastly, another upcoming event that's coming up very soon also is called Faith and Blue. Now, it's hosted by Lori's Place, the Sierra Vista Police Department, and the Interdenominational Christian Ministries of Sierra Vista. Lori's Place is a wonderful charity organization. I'm sure you've heard them before on our radio show, Keepin' It Real. And we've had some great guests, some folk from the police department. Our own Chris Heiser, the chief, has been on the show with them. We've had some of the leadership there from Lori's Place, Michelle, and then we've had some great people who were either in forensics or they were in peer support or any other kinds of advisors who help and do all the work behind the scenes. And so it's really great. We're going to actually have an upcoming show here soon in the coming weeks. It's really going to knock our socks off because this one is different. We're taking it kind of through each of the levels, and this one's actually going to have one of our counselors on there from Lori's Place, but also a victim who is willing to come on and talk about why this is such an important thing that they do and how we can help them. So it'll be a really great show, and I'm looking really forward to that. But again, come out to Lori's Place. It's Faith and Blue, and this is where this great charity organization that you may have, again, gotten to know on Keepin' It Real, they help local residents from all ages and sexes deal with that trauma from traumatizing events such as sexual assault, rape, abuse, and so much more. It's a really tough subject. It's hard to talk about sometimes, but it's one that we should. You know, we can only solve this problem when everyone gets involved and learns and helps out. Now, join everyone to celebrate Domestic Violence Awareness Month by bringing together law enforcement, the faith leaders, and you, of course, the public. You'll help bridge gaps and build a better community. It's a really great day, and it's a great opportunity to enjoy some free food with some very special people, some guest speakers, and get a behind-the-scenes tour of Lori's Place. Not something you get to do every day. This is where all the work and healing begins. Again, Faith and Blue open to the public on Friday, October 10th. So put that on your calendar, Friday, October 10th, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. All right, our guests have arrived. Let's get them settled in. It's Angela Semrad and Tara Patterson from the Women's Council of Realtors Sierra Vista. We're going to get a chance to hear more about the people behind the Food Truck Fest that's happening today at Veterans Memorial Park, and we're going to dig into their individual stories and what this great event is all about and what it supports. So don't go anywhere just yet. We've got more great stuff ahead. We'll be right back after these messages.
Welcome to an exciting new chapter in real estate marketing with the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty. We're thrilled to introduce our groundbreaking radio campaign that's set to virtually transform how homes are sold in our community.
Are you looking to sell your home? Imagine your listing highlighted as not just a home of the week, but receiving continuous, exclusive attention on the airwaves until it sells. That's right. Every single Sherry Ethell Team Long Realty listing will now be featured regularly, ensuring maximum exposure to maximize your speed of sale.
Here's how it works. Each week, we'll spotlight all of our current listings in individual, engaging, and detailed 30-second radio ads. Whether you're selling a cozy starter home, a luxurious estate, or anything in between, your property will be heard by thousands of potential buyers in our local area. This innovative approach guarantees that your home remains top of mind for listeners until the perfect buyer comes along.
Why choose the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty? Because we're committed to delivering unparalleled service with a personal touch. Our new radio campaign will be just one more way we help reduce the stress of selling your home by giving it the visibility it deserves. We understand that selling a home can be a daunting process, but with your tailored marketing campaign and this kind of presence, it'll be easier and more efficient than ever.
Tune in to Canyon Country 97.7 to hear about the latest listings on our new program we're calling our Home Spotlight Series. Or catch the Keepin' It Real radio show every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. for the latest on real estate tips from the experts, weekend open houses, awesome charity opportunities, great happenings in our community, and wonderful interviews with youth sports coaches and athletes.
So don't miss out on this unique opportunity to have your home featured in our exclusive radio campaign. List with Sherry Ethell Team Long Realty today and experience the magic of real estate marketing like never before.
For more information, give us a call at 717-599-2439. Sherry Ethell Team Long Realty. Behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard right here in Sierra Vista, where your home story is told until it's sold. Remember, with us, it's not just about selling houses. We make success stories for a living. Stay tuned, stay informed, and let us help you find your perfect home.
All right, welcome back to the Keepin' It Real radio show, brought to you by the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty Studios, right behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard. I am joined by two wonderful guests today. I have Angela Semrad in here, and she's with the Women's Council of Realtors. Also with the Women's Council of Realtors, I have Tara Patterson, and I guess each of you have different roles in the organization. We want to learn all about that. But first, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Dion.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I love having you. You've got a great event happening today. We've talked about it before on the radio several times, probably for at least 3 or 4 times, but now it's here, and today's the big day, and so we want to make sure that we get all the information out and tell everybody what the wonderful things that we're going to do. But before we do that, we got to get to know you. I guess I'll start with you, Angela. Tell us a little bit about what your position in Women's Council is.
So I've actually been a realtor for 4.5 years. I'm
Okay.
just counting that up the other day, and I'm like, wow. Women's Council of Realtors is like an offshoot of the National Association of Realtors, and I found it, or maybe I could say it found me almost immediately.
Yeah.
And it helped me to feel out the role of what a realtor really is. These ladies are amazing. They're so supportive. It's a great network. So I've worked my way up. And
Yeah.
now I am the president this year.
Now you're the president.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny how that works?
Exactly.
You end up trying to do a good thing, and then you end up president.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'm sure it's a lot of work and everything, especially to organize something of this scale and that we're going to talk about here. But tell us first about yourself. Where are you from? How'd you land in Sierra Vista? We always like the story behind it.
So I'm originally from Michigan.
Michigan.
Born
Okay.
in Detroit, downtown.
Now, where on your hand? I know you Michigan
It's that
people
bottom
all pick.
of the mitten, under
Okay.
the thumb or whatever.
They always put their hand up and point
Exactly.
to it, and I think that's kind of funny.
So that's where I'm from. My background's in nursing. I right out
really?
of high school got my bachelor's in nursing.
I did not know about you.
Yeah, and started out in women's health. So nursery, postpartum, labor and delivery was my favorite. That's how I met my husband.
Wonderful guy.
So yeah, he's been delivering lots and lots of babies here in Sierra Vista. That's what he does.
Yeah.
And that's what brought me to Sierra Vista. But
Okay.
when I got here, it was more like, what am I going to do with myself? Like, he'd kind of like retired me from my nursing, running his office. He had a private practice.
Okay.
And so I was just looking for something to keep my mind occupied. And like, I think, HGTV.
Yeah, of course.
I like houses. I love, looking at houses. I'm going to be a realtor. And so, yeah, that's kind of how I started.
Well, that's cool because not everybody can be a realtor. I know it seems it's easy. You see it on TV and it looks so glamorous. Oftentimes it's in those multi-million-dollar,
Oh, yeah.
Neighborhoods and everything. And you're seeing these houses that sell for $10 or $20 million.
Luxury homes.
Not going to find that here in Sierra Vista. So you really got to, sell houses, and you have to be good at it. I just saw something. I was at Tom Ferry last week, and I actually saw some statistical data that showed how many people in the industry and then how many people are making any money at it and how many sales they had. It was ridiculous how many people were at zero sales. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're not talking about a little bit. We're talking about like 1 million people that aren't making any money. So it just shows, obviously, you've been in it for a while now, so you are successful at doing it. So good job.
Thank you.
All right. All right, let's flip over to Tara Patterson. Now, what is your role in the organization?
My current role this year with Women's Council is I'm the Arizona State Membership Director.
And what does that mean? What do you do for that?
Help all of the local membership directors with any issues they have with getting members in, getting them signed up.
And this is for the whole state?
This is for the whole state of
Wow.
Arizona. We
Okay.
have 7 networks.
And you were the past president, right?
I was a president in 2022. 3.
Okay, so you were past president, and so it just gets better. You just get more involved, and
They encourage us to get more involved.
keep hooking you.
Well, they keep hooking you, or other organizations want to hook you.
Yeah.
WeServe has tapped me to be the chair-elect this year, and I will be the chair for our local Cochise WeServe next year.
Nice.
Yes.
That's awesome. And you two are a realtor.
I am a realtor. It's 8 years. Never expected to be a realtor. I started out as a volunteer firefighter and a manager at a McDonald's in Mississippi.
No kidding.
Joined the Army, came here to Fort Huachuca, met my husband, got married.
Now he's military also.
He is military. He actually retired out of Fort Hood. We came back because we love the area so much, and this is where we wanted to raise our family.
Yeah.
Started working at the Windermere, did events there for 8 years, quit working for a couple of years. Someone called me, hey, Nancy Ray needs someone to stuff envelopes.
And that's how it began.
That's how it began. I'm like, I can stuff envelopes.
That's awesome.
And that's not what the job description was. It was actually she needed a full-time assistant.
Wow.
And she went out of town a lot. So I'm like, okay, I need to get my license.
Wow. Okay, cool. That's really neat. And I appreciate both of you kind of giving us a little bit of background information. It's always nice to kind of get to know the people who are behind the mission, behind the activities, the events that are going on. It's just kind of a good thing to get. Now, let's talk about the organization itself. And I think people who are listening, they hear Women's Council of Realtors. You know, you gave a little tidbit about what kind of you do. What is this organization really about? I mean, and it's not just for women either. Men can be in there too.
Yes.
I know because I've been a member. So
Yes,
I just
yes,
wondered, you
yes.
know, probably a lot of people don't know that.
So with the history of Women's Council, I can't remember the year it started.
1938.
1938.
Wow, look at you.
For the longest time, women were not allowed to be a part of the National Association of Realtors, but women wanted to get that leadership and everything. So Women's Council became a offshoot of the National Association of Realtors. And since then it has grown. It encourages all members to get leadership skills, get outside of your box, get outside of your comfort zone, and grow. You not only grow in your business, but you grow within your community, within your family, and you grow as a person.
Yeah, for sure.
And we cheer each other on and encourage each other. We see something in someone, and we're like, okay, how do we help them grow that?
Right.
How do we make that better? And we help them do that, and then they pass that on to others when they see that.
And there's lots of opportunities to serve your fellow realtors in the community and everything. I remember when Sherry was a past president, obviously the husband gets recruited for a lot of stuff.
Everything. Everything.
And I remember these, I got to say it, these awesome bake sales that you guys have had. Man, they are so good. And there's so much good stuff there. It seems like is like a theme here, you know, is food. We've had a number of different events that I've gone to with you guys, and they always have great food.
The dessert auction that
Yeah.
started in 2008, I believe, and we still do it every February. And it's great. We get lots of desserts. We auction them off. Jeff Davenport comes out, and he's our auctioneer.
Yeah, it's awesome. If you've never come to one, you gotta come to one because it's just amazing. It's great because the funds go to wonderful things for this organization, and it's just fun. It's just a
Yes.
fun event for the whole family to come out and bid on these different kinds of things, and then you get to take them home and eat them. And some of them are pretty amazing stuff. I mean, they're not
My carrot cake.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There is some like very well known
Bakers.
stuff that people
Yes.
are putting out there, and and they're pretty fancy. Some of them are really fancy. I remember even one year I bid. Oh my gosh, that thing just kept going up and going up, and I wanted it so bad. At the end, it was just out of purpose. See, we've got to get these things, and they were these wonderful candied apples because I'm a big candy apple
Oh,
fan,
yes.
and they were amazing. So
Cat Hardy.
Yes. So
So we always
good.
coordinate and donate a portion to a nonprofit charity.
Yeah.
So it's not just
for you guys.
for us, but
Yeah.
but dessert auction is
great point.
one of our biggest fundraisers, as well as what we're currently doing today is that food truck fest.
Yeah.
So those are our two big fundraisers. So, but
Yeah,
yeah,
let-
they are centered around food.
I'm glad you brought it up, Angela. The Food Truck Fest. We're going to talk about it, but we're not going to talk about it yet. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back, folks, after these messages. Stay tuned. We're going to talk to Tara a little bit more and Angela, and we're going to talk about the Food Truck Fest and all about what's going on there. We'll be right back.
town with heart and history. The Sherry Ethell Team is the key. Serving Sierra Vista, we agree. For military law and retirees. Stress-free process you will see. Personal care is our guarantee. Real integrity, real results. The Sherry Ethell Team, we never halt. Real experts here to guide your way. Making dreams come true every single day. Trust a team that knows just what to do. The Sherry Ethell Team, working for you. Real integrity, real results. The Sherry Ethell Team is your one and only call.
Welcome back to the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty Studios and Keepin' It Real. I'm Dion Ethell. I'm your host, and I'm here with Angela and Tara. Tara Patterson, Angela Semrad, both of them in the leadership with the Women's Council of Realtors of Sierra Vista, and we're super happy to have you. Tara actually being in a state position as well. So thank you for coming in today and talking a little bit about your wonderful event that's happening today. So we've talked about it a bunch. It's called the what?
Food Truck Fest.
Food Truck Fest. So pretty simple. And you can imagine it's all centered around food truck and food. One of the things I like about Women's Council Realtors, you always put on the best food-related events. So where's this all going to happen? Tell me about this event.
So this is our third annual year, and it's Tara's baby. She started it the first year.
Oh, really? I did not know
Yes.
that. You started the first year.
She did. And she called it Food Truck Wars then.
Okay.
But it's developed into Food Truck Fest. And it's always at the Veterans Memorial Park.
Yep.
Because that's our main park here in Sierra Vista.
Yeah, it's where all the cool stuff happens.
We get all the community coming
Yeah.
into the park. So
Yeah, it's a
whether
fun
they
place
knew
to
about it
gather.
or not, they might happen upon it. And it's today from 10 to 3 at right in the center.
Okay. First of all, let's give a shout out to the wonderful vendors who are coming, because I know you got a pile of them.
Yes.
Maybe you could tell us who's going to be there.
Okay. So we've got Gunny's Barbecue,
Okay.
a new food truck that's local, Chew Philly Food Truck will be there.
okay.
Fiesta Filipina, Good Eats Catering, Julie and Sammy's will be there, and Lori's Poppin' Corn, which everybody loves. Lori's
Of course. My
kettle
wife's
corn.
fanatic about it.
Tombstone Coffee of Cochise County, the Tucson Chefs will be here, and the Thirsty Lizard.
Okay.
will have
So
a truck.
it sounds like a lot of different kinds of food then. So
Yes.
everyone's different?
Everyone's different. We'll see what their portion sizes are this year.
Okay.
We did suggest to them make some smaller portions so all the trucks can go around, because they've ran out of food the last 2 years.
Oh, wow.
At the food
Yeah, so you got
trucks.
to come early and come prepared to
Yes.
eat and get
Yes.
going to all of them. Try a little bit of everybody's.
Try a little bit of everybody's, yes.
Well, that's cool. I like the idea that you don't have like 6 barbecue guys
Yes.
and, 2 candy people and none of the other foods. And so that's cool that everybody's going to be different this year, and that you have all these different food trucks offering different opportunities to sample all kinds of good food.
Yes.
Okay. So what else will be there in terms of, because it might rain, we know that could be in the forecast a little bit.
I'm not worried about the rain. We all love the rain.
We do.
People get on carnival rides during the rain. So
Yeah.
we'll have vendors. We've got about 40 different vendors that are going to be out there also, in addition to the food trucks.
Okay. Tell us about that.
So there's going to be some craft vendors with home goods. We've got some bakers that are going to have some desserts.
Woohoo. Good.
We have Santa on the West End is going to be out there. Some of our Sierra Vista Plumbing, American Septic,
A lot of our strategic partners.
Strategic
Okay.
Partners
Plumbing.
will be there. Some informational booths will be there too. So it's kind of bringing attention to some of our home businesses too, in addition to our food trucks.
Cool. I like that too, because, and we like to do that. That's why we do business spotlights here on the show oftentimes too, because we got a great community, like you said, and you as well, really, that you fell in love with this place and you've moved here for a reason. Mm-hmm. And most of us just love this town and love the fact that there's still local business. And we love to be able to honor the local businesses with our patronage. And so there's a great opportunity to come out and sample some of their wares and just learn about some of the other businesses, some of our partners here in the real estate business that we use a lot. And it's a great opportunity to get to know them and get to know what they do. So that's really cool. Now, you got a big tent, too, just in case it starts to rain a little bit, right?
Yes. Well, this year, for the first time, we'll have a 20 by 20 tent, and it'll have picnic tables underneath.
Oh, wow.
Canopy. Yeah, no sides.
Yeah, okay.
So it'll have the picnic tables underneath. People can sit there, eat their food, look around, enjoy, and we'll have music.
DJ.
We have
Live
DJ Eddie Sticks coming out again.
Oh, that's awesome.
This year. So he adds to the ambiance of the whole thing. And
of course, Jeff.
And
Davenport's going to be around.
Jeff Davenport.
Talking up things.
Oh, of course.
He'll be in and out.
Our local celebrity.
Yes.
Love
the
Jeff.
Mouth of Arizona. Is that what he told us?
The voice.
The voice. Of Arizona.
Might be the mouth. I don't know. We'll tease Jeff about that, whether he's the mouth. But I'm sure that he'll be sampling all the food out there, too. So.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. And it's a, if it does stay sunny all day too, then that's always nice that, you got to get out of the, into the shade. Some of the folks, we've got a lot of folks here who maybe need a little more shade than others and certainly, or get hot and just need to get out of it.
Definitely. So
that's cool that you've got all that. And it's neat that you've got all these vendors. That's a lot of them. So that's exciting. So that'll be fun to do. So if you're not doing anything today, come on down. And we just really want to make sure that everybody comes in attendance and comes to these things.
Talk about our sponsors.
Oh, yes. We have some sponsors.
This isn't a cheap event to put on.
Yeah, I'm sure, right?
Unless you were like part of getting in the planning, you have no idea all the costs.
So let's, before you do that, let's just kind of flip flop a little bit to that kind of subject, because we don't ever really talk about that stuff. And I love having event coordinators on the show because you really know the behind the scenes stuff and know what it takes to put this on. So let's start back. How far do you start planning? I mean, a year.
Like the day after.
As soon as this ends, you're going to start next year.
Yes.
Wow. So it requires that much planning. And then as far as, costs, what kinds of costs come into that? There must be a number of different costs, because does your permit cost money for the city, right? And then what else?
So you have to rent the space at the park.
Yes.
You have to get a permit through Cochise County because you're having food.
Oh, yeah, because you are having food. Yeah,
Liability insurance.
Liability insurance.
That was a big one.
Okay.
The tent.
Porta potties.
You pay the dumpster fees to have the
bags.
dumpsters, trash bags, for banners, for advertising. What else? Oh, we even have the cool little wheel now that paints the lines for the
Marks off the booth space.
Your booth spaces. Yeah, that's always a big thing. Yeah.
And lots of time.
Yeah.
Lots of time comes into, and then
Lots of meetings.
And then we do a bingo card. You have to visit certain booths. You pay for the bingo card and you enter a drawing for baskets. So we'll have some different drawings. Games and stuff to go with that.
And you'll have some raffle stuff?
We have a 50-50 raffle. The bingo card this year will have 3 baskets, a self-care, a tool, and a family fun basket that you can enter your bingo card into. There's going to be a grill drawing also.
Oh, wow.
You can enter that.
Nice.
I know Santa on the West End is doing something with their booth too.
Okay, so some of the booths may be doing some things also.
Yes.
They're individual raffles.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's kind of exciting. Wow. So all kinds of stuff. Okay, I want to hear more about this, but I got to take a quick break. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back to Angela and Tara, and we'll talk about, again, this wonderful event, to talk a little bit about the process and where you park and all those good things. We'll be right back.
We're the real wayfinders, the trailblazers, the go-getters. In a town where the desert wakes before dawn, we don't just talk, we make things happen. And when we speak, it's real, it's genuine, and it's worth hearing. Tune in every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. on Canyon Country 97.7 FM. Join the Sherry Ethell Team for Keepin' It Real, where top realtors, local heroes, and the heartbeat of our community come together. Raw, authentic conversations, expert market insights, and the best local events you can't afford to miss. Keeping it real, celebrating our community. Bold, genuine, one of a kind.
All right, good morning, everybody. If you're just tuning in, I'm sitting here with Tara Patterson and Angela Semrad, and they're from Women's Council Realtors right here in Sierra Vista. And this is the Keepin a Real show brought to you by the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty Studios and our wonderful friends at KCNN, Canyon Country, and Cool 104.1. So we're here talking about some amazing stuff. We're talking about the Food Truck Fest that's going on today, and it is from 10 to 3 p.m. It's open to the public, right?
Yes.
So everybody's invited.
There's no fee to
No
get in.
fees to get in. Okay, that's good to know. And then what about parking? I mean, we had talked about, if you just tuning in, we actually got to hear a little inside how expensive these things are. They don't come for free, and it costs a lot to put on these events and takes a lot. You said a year you're in planning.
Yes.
So you start planning the day after the event for the next one and getting prepared for these kinds of things because it takes a lot of effort. So kudos to both of you and to all your volunteers who are helping out with this event. I know what it takes to do volunteer work, and it's a lot, and because you have a day job, and to put all this kind of thing on, and then the expenses. So we need people to come out and help support these local businesses and these wonderful vendors who are coming in to help feed everybody. And if you didn't hear any, the earlier part of our conversation, they're all different, right?
Yes.
Every single
So
one, 9 of them.
9 different vendors for just the food. And so there's 9 different kinds of food you could have. So maybe buy a little bit from everybody and try it out. Experience
hungry.
it. Yeah, come hungry.
Yes.
Don't eat breakfast.
Right.
I don't know. But make sure that you come hungry.
Or take some home for dinner.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great too. Parking and everything. So what's that look like for there? Is
Just
the usual spaces?
The regular parking spots.
Just make sure you're on pavement, right? Nobody's going to be
yes.
parking on the grass
No
today.
one's parking
So
on the
not like
grass.
cars in the park or any of those other things. Those will be just vendors going out there setting up and stuff. So
Yes.
please don't do that. And then what about animals? I know a lot of people like to walk their dogs and other pets out there. So
As long as they're responsible with their pets and have control of their pets, they're more than welcome to come out.
right, everybody should be on a leash.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So that's great. So people who are just casually out there, definitely, come down and get something to eat, check it out. We talked about a tent that is there. Just kind of want to reiterate that. So whether it rains or shines, you have some opportunity to get it in the
Yes.
shade
Yes.
or
Out of the rain.
Out of the rain.
Yes.
And we love rain. You mentioned that too. I kind of want to throw that out too. So a lot of people listening, they actually might be, because we're on YouTube as well, and so they might be listening from far away. And our little lovely town of Sierra Vista, we're kind of that high desert, so it's cooler here. So Phoenix, it may be X number of degrees, and Tucson's maybe 10 degrees cooler than they are, and then we're like 10 degrees cooler than they are. And so we kind of got this really cool little mountain niche here that we get that cool weather coming off the mountains.
Yes.
And but we're Arizona, and we live for rain because we only get it. I wouldn't say we only get it once a year, but
I think we're getting a good monsoon
we're
this
getting
year.
a great one, aren't we? I love it.
I'm excited about it because I lived in Mesa for many years.
Oh yeah.
So when I
Hot.
see rain, I get excited.
Yeah. I lived in Buckeye, and boy, I tell you, and the more it's grown up, the city, it's just, it's like almost like the weather just parts around the city and just doesn't, you don't get a lot of it.
Yeah.
And it's hot. Even at night, might be 90 degrees. So, but here, not the case. We get a cool, breeze in the evenings, and it's really very, very enjoyable. And we're like the hummingbird capital of the world.
Yes, we are.
So it's wonderful. So we have a lot of very unique things, lots of hiking, biking, lots of cool things to see. A lot of history here too.
Yes.
Which is what we love about our area. But I just wanted to mention that because I know a lot of people are listening from other parts of the country, and they hear Sierra Vista, but they don't really know much about it. I encourage you to go get online and look about it, and come on down for one of the activities. I guarantee you come down here, you're probably going to want to move here.
Or come back for more activities.
Or come back for more activities, yeah. It's a great place to come do some summer or winter activities because we have that wonderful winter as well. Yes. We might get snow up in the mountains, but not a lot.
I get excited about that too because I'm like, oh, we had a snow.
Right.
And then I love it when the snow stays there
in the mountains,
in the peaks.
It stays in the mountains for weeks.
Exactly.
But it doesn't really stay down on the bottom very much. We don't get a lot of snow down here.
But you can go sledding
Yeah, up there.
Up there?
Up there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've never done that.
It's thick enough to go sledding.
Oh.
And then you come back down and change into shorts.
Yeah.
So it's great.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to throw that out there because we don't do that very often. We don't talk to the broader audience very often. And I think it's kind of funny. People in different areas just don't know much about us, but it's great. And we love our little town. We love the military being here. We love our soldiers and all the law enforcement down here and first responders. So
Yes.
thank
It's a
you for
very
what you
safe
do.
place.
Yeah, super safe, right?
Yes.
Having been law enforcement for a number of years, we pride ourselves on making this a safe place. We don't just work here, we live here.
Yes.
And many of us stayed here even after. And that's why we have so many retirees. A lot of people worked here on the Ford or worked in law enforcement and they come back. And it's just a great place to stay. Or like we've got a number of clients too who just happen to visit, like you were saying, Angela, and they come in and
Yeah, they're
love
like,
it.
wait, where did this place come from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Maybe
kind of
I'll
a
like
best
it.
secret that's kind of starting to get out.
I think
Yes.
so.
Yeah. We made the best, like the number. I think I saw one year it was like number 8, number 5. So it's always right there in the top 10 places to move to and live. And it's kind of a secret. A lot of people don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. So this event here, it's free to the public. You had said, right?
Yes.
So free. Come on down. You can enjoy the food. Each vendor will have the prices on their foods, and so you don't have to buy a ticket or anything.
No.
It's just you just go to the vendor that you want to do, pay them, and enjoy that. And likewise, too, a lot of the vendors that you'll have, you've got, what did you say, a 40 or so?
We're about at 40.
Okay, so you got about 40 other kinds of vendors,
Yes.
and they're selling their wares or introducing you to their
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 informational.
business.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
they'll usually have some swag too.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what Bobby from Eagle Plumbing has.
Oh, yes.
I've got his little squishy toilet that I've got on my desk. So
He
yeah,
has some fun stuff.
yeah, he's always got some stuff.
That's one of his squishies.
Yeah,
He's got some other
I've got
squishies.
some. I think I've
Yeah.
got a poop too,
Yeah.
and some other things. So yeah, I love those guys. But we love highlighting the businesses. So it's wonderful that you're doing that. Another great event by the Women's Council of Realtors right here in Sierra Vista.
Yes.
So, well, I appreciate you guys coming on this show, and I really appreciate you both of you telling a little bit about yourself and how you got into real estate. I learned some things from you guys today.
Yeah.
I did not know, and I didn't know we've seen each other a million times, and yet I didn't know your backgrounds, and that's kind of what our show is about: is community and trying to get to know other people in the community. Because a lot of times, we know each other. We're even in the same industry, and we know each other. But do we really know each other?
Yeah.
We've all got a story.
Yeah.
We all have a background and a history, and what brought us here or what brought us to this career path.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And I knew what your husband did, but I didn't know you were in nursing, and so that's kind of cool.
He says it's my fault that he's an obstetrician gynecologist.
Really?
Because I worked in labor and delivery, and he wanted to hang out with me. So
Oh, well, that's nice.
he applied for the residency program, and 5 years later we got married. So
That's amazing. That's cool. Yeah. That's kind of actually even, with Sherry and I, we actually got together because I was in law enforcement. She was in science. And so she has worked at some really fancy places, Savannah, Riverside, National Laboratories as a scientist. And so she spent 26 years doing that. And when I met her, I was like, hey, you live in Tennessee, I live in Arizona. In order for us to date, I want you to move here. And she's like, well, that's kind of a big ask.
Yeah,
and we had phone dated for like, I don't know, after we had actually had a training class and then had another training class together in different states. And so we just got to know each other. And then she was like, all right, well, find me a job. Man, I found her a job quick. I got her the interview. She got the job.
Yeah.
But and that moved her down at least to Tucson. So we weren't too far away.
So there had to have been a spark there.
There was.
But
Boy, she
eventually-
took a gamble. That's a huge gamble for a gal to leave Tennessee
For
and come
sure.
all the way out here and leave a very good job at SAIC. Yeah, but we made a great team because I was in law enforcement, but I also was the public lands liaison for the Border Patrol, and I became kind of a consultant at headquarters and everything for environmental and had a lot of training. And so we made a good team. both sides of it. And she wrote a lot of the environmental assessments for the border, infrastructure and whatnot across our nation. So
I didn't know that. I mean, I knew you were Border Patrol, but
yeah.
And I kind of, you guys were featured in that South Neighbors of South.
The magazine a while back. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I think when I saw you guys on the cover there, I was like, that's when I got interested, because I wasn't getting the magazine because I didn't live in that zip code. But I did read some of that. You know, but I mean, more of what you're saying, I'm like, man, she really did do a bunch of stuff. Like, wow.
Yeah, she's a pretty wild. She doesn't like people that, I always say this, and she gets mad at me for saying it on the radio, but she doesn't like people to know she's as smart as she is. And I think that's really because she is so good with numbers. She's so good with process and contracts and things like that. She's really good at the market analysis. And so that's what's made her really successful. And she's just spot on with that kind of stuff.
But you know what else I like about her? Her passion with dogs.
Yeah. Yeah,
And,
she is.
I don't think a lot of people know that either.
She's the reason why I got into that, actually, because she was, on the board. She's been on the board for a number of years, one of the longest standing members on our board, and I would always help out. But then when I retired, she was like, there's no excuse for you not to be on the board. And then somebody talked me into being a president. And pretty soon, you're president for another term. And so now here I am. But no, it's been a good thing, and we love working with the shelter. They're great people out there. So thank you for coming on the show, Tara.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
You guys are awesome. Yeah.
Thank you.
Love hearing about it. Yeah. Okay, this is Keepin' It Real, brought to you by the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty Studios. We'll be right back after these messages. We've got one more guest, and we'll talk to her. It's going to be Arleen Garcia from the animal shelter, from the Nancy J. Brewer Animal Care Center, because she has a great event going down too. Going to be a really cool day at the park, and we'll learn more about it here coming up next. We'll be right back.
Discover excellence in real estate with the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty, your premier choice in Cochise County. Sherry's amazing team brings honesty, expertise, and a deep understanding of the local market. Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned homeowner, they're committed to your peace of mind and handle every detail for you. Their approach? Personalized service, above and beyond transactional real estate, building lifelong relationships, nationwide connections, local expertise. There's a reason this team is amongst the top realtors in Arizona and across the nation. You owe it to yourself to call or visit the Sherry Ethell Team, the top team at Long Realty, behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard in Sierra Vista. Call or text 717-599-2439 or Google us for more info. Real integrity, real results.
Do uneasy markets have you waiting for the ideal moment to make home ownership a reality? Your answer lies in a conversation with Sherry Ethell and her exceptional team at Long Realty, a name synonymous with trust and reliability in Arizona's real estate landscape.
Hi, I'm Sherry Ethell, Realtor and Team CEO of the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty. Your ideal moment has arrived. We tailor our approach to you and your needs and goals. Let us put our extensive network to work for you and take the stress out of the process.
Whether buying or selling, remember the name Sherry Ethell and the Sherry Ethell Team. Visit the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard in Sierra Vista. Call or text 717-599-2439 or Google us for more information. Real integrity, real results.
All right, welcome back to the Keepin' It Real radio show, brought to you by the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty Studios. I'm Dion Ethell, and I'm here with Arleen Garcia. She's the supervisor for the Nancy J. Brewer Animal Care Center, works for the Sierra Vista Police Department, and she's supervisor over there, superstar, whatever,
Thank you.
But welcome to the show, and today you're going to talk about a cool event coming up, right?
Yes, it's something a little different than what we would normally do. And so just to give you a little bit of a background on this, a couple of years ago, we brought a group called Dogs Playing for Life to provide some training to our volunteers on how to do play groups at the shelter play yards. And what play groups are, you get to bring in not just 1 or 2 or 3 dogs, but you can bring in groups of dogs, 8, 9, 10 dogs.
Oh, wow, that many.
Yeah, in the play yard, and watch them interact with each other. And so they did a wonderful job training our volunteers, and now our volunteers have taken it upon themselves to do 2 play groups a week. And so they have their little system. They write down the personality of each dog in play group. They have categories. For example, they have the rough and rowdy groups. They have the gentle and dainty groups, the tug and pulls. I mean, they just have all these categories, and they know which dogs to put together and which ones not to.
And is that for all to get them ready for adoption, or
what are you
hoping for?
Well, not only to get them ready for adoption, but it shows their true personalities.
Right.
And on top of that, it's enrichment for them, so that way they're just not locked up in a kennel all day, every day.
Right.
It's hard to get enough volunteers to walk every single dog at the shelter. But having a play group session, you get to provide exercise for the dogs in a group manner and be able to get more, to get out of their kennels than just dog walking. Yeah. So while I was doing my my walkthroughs, when I do walkthroughs, I tend to go and give each dog a treat, kind of like the T-shirt you guys sell that says "treat dealer."
Right.
That's me. I'm the treat dealer.
That one.
Yeah. So I'm treat dealing, and I'm looking at each dog's kennel cards. I'd been out for a while, and I don't know the dogs as well as I should, and I start reading their kennel cards, and I can see so many of them are in play group. So many.
Yeah.
And when you go through the kennels and you see them growling or snarling or barking at the gate, or the way they act when you're pulling them out of their kennels for a walk, and you think that they're trying to get to the other dog to attack, I don't think so. Some of them, I think, are trying to get to the other dog to play, because the majority of our dogs at the shelter are play group tested.
Okay. That makes sense.
So that gave me the idea. You know what? The community needs to see this, because we have so many good dogs. We are so full. Let's do, I call it Love Unleashed, group session at Tompkins Park. Tompkins is the park that's located on 7th Street, and they have 2 large enclosed areas for dogs to run freely. And my thought was to have our playgroup volunteers run a couple of playgroup sessions for the community to watch these dogs, see them interact, see them play tug of war, scuffle, or, even just sometimes they just sit there, right?
Yeah.
But you get to see how they are outside of their kennel. And maybe while they're out there, someone would say, that's the dog I need for my dog.
Well, you'll see them in a totally different light. In the kennels, they're really, almost a different animal, it seems like. And once they get out there, they really get going. I was going to ask you too, though. So this is more of an exhibition, right?
Yes.
So it's not really a one where the public is going to come in and participate exactly. It's more of, you're going to watch this and see how the training goes, ask questions.
Exactly. If you are one of those who uses Tompkins Park, and you bring your dogs to the park to play on this day, or during the time that we're doing it, which is between 8 o'clock and 11 o'clock, we're asking the public to please not use Tompkins Park, but instead come and watch. Come and watch, and you might find a new best friend for your dog that can play and play tug of war and run around. Some of them, all they do is run.
And I don't know if we mentioned the date yet for this thing.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So we're doing this. It's right around the corner on Saturday, September 13.
Right. Tompkins
Park, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. We're doing it just a short period of time. It's still warm out there, and with how much they play, we don't want them to overheat. We're also planning on maybe doing some rotating around, where we'll feature a small group first, and then we'll rotate those out and bring in another small group. We're going to allow the volunteers to kind of coordinate all that. But you can show up, watch the dogs, and that might be the best way for you to be able to pick your new best friend.
Awesome. And now I understand too that you'll be closed at the Nancy J for that period of time while you're out there at Tompkins Park, but you're going to come back, right?
Yes. Well, on Saturdays we don't open to the public until noon.
Okay.
Okay. We have our staff and volunteers cleaning kennels, and while that part of the staff are at the shelter cleaning kennels, getting things ready for us to open, we'll be another group of us will be at the park getting the dogs shown off, right?
Yeah.
And then we'll be right back at before we open. And hopefully, if you saw a dog during the play group session that you're very interested in, I think we'll still have applications forms out there that you'll be able to fill out. So that way, once we open, you can come back, check out this dog one-on-one, yes, and we'll have your application. And we're offering adoption specials on that day.
Oh, cool. Okay, so you can get a little discount on top of it.
So instead of paying $75, which includes everything, you'd only be paying $50. It includes the sterilization, microchip, rabies vaccination, all
and
of that.
We've talked about this a bunch of times, Arleen, but just for those people who are listening who hadn't maybe heard us before, it's quite costly these days to get spay and neuter and vaccinations and all the medical care, that you need that first, those when you first get them in and having a doctor look at them and everything, a veterinarian, that costs money. And people kind of think, well, $50, that's a lot of money. Well, it's not really compared to how much money you're saving. I mean, you're saving a bundle.
You are. Just recently, because it's grant season, been working on some numbers. And of course, with our contracted veterinarians, we get a discount thanks to Jackson's Veterinary Service, New Frontier Animal Medical Center, and Assavet Charities. But still, with the discount that we get, we're paying anywhere between $100 to $250 just for the sterilization. So that does not count the microchipping, the vaccinations, the other set of vaccines that we provide as well, like the parvo vaccine for the dogs, the kitty combo vaccines for the cats. There are so many other things. If we are suspecting that the dog might have, let's say, parasites, we'll ask for a fecal test, and that costs money too.
Right.
So it could be you're in hundreds of dollars, and all we're asking is $75 adoption fee, which on the day of the event will be $50. That's it. It's almost just a donation.
Yeah, really. And I think of all the dogs too that we've helped out with the Friends of the Sierra Vista Animal Shelter on, that require maybe some other attention, whether they've been hit by a car or whether they've got some other emergency medical or they've been neglected, and we've got them in our hands and we're giving them some medical care. Those things too cost lots of money. And oftentimes I think we're getting ready. We actually have a dog that's going to have an amputation.
Yes.
And that's pricey.
It is very pricey. He just had his amputation yesterday.
Oh, you got it. Okay,
he got it.
Good.
And he is doing so well. Remind me to show you a picture. He's in his forever home and already being such a good boy. And he deserved it. There was no need to euthanize him. But if we didn't have the help and support from the friends or donations, we wouldn't be able to do these types of operations and would have to, unfortunately, put down a friendly, good dog or cat. Sometimes it's not just an amputation. It could be an eye removal, or it can be just a repair. It could be some kind of repair, heavy-duty dental that they might need. So all those things do cost money, but you're getting the dogs from you're getting a healthier dog or a healthier cat. Anything we catch while they're in our care, we try to resolve before it goes home to you. We get a lot of support from the community and the friends and donations, and thanks to that, we're able to take care of a lot of our critters and be able to provide you with a healthier version of the dogs and cats.
Well, honestly, that's what makes this community great too, is these partnerships between so many people here throughout the community who are helping donate. I mean, every year we raise all kinds of funds. We'll be back at it again with Pups on Parade this year, and we're super excited about that. In fact, we're going to be talking about that today at one of our meetings. But it's stuff like that where the community comes together and helps us out and sponsors dogs and cats and stuff. And it's just a great feeling to know that our community is helping our community.
And if you can't adopt, providing that other type of help, such as sponsorships, and it doesn't have to be sponsoring necessarily the animal, but maybe helping with sponsoring an event.
Yeah.
Advertising is so costly nowadays too. You're trying to get everything in social media, in the paper, on the radio, flyers and things like that. So there's all sorts of different types of expenses that you are more than welcome to help the shelter out, help the animals out. If you can't adopt, there are just so many ways. You can provide us with your aluminum cans. You can become a volunteer to help with the aluminum cans and transport and all that. We are getting so many, and we thank the community so much for those. You can, like I said, volunteering, not just with helping with the cans, but maybe cleaning kennels, dog walking, cat cuddling, play group sessions. So much. There's so much help at events. The Friends of the Sierra State Animal Shelter, they're always doing, helping us with events and clinics. So we're always looking for volunteers willing to help out at those things.
100%. We're always looking for people who would like to be part of that solution and part of, our volunteer cadre, whether it be with the shelter or with us. But we'd love to have you. So if you're out there thinking about it, by all means, and make sure you come down and support us at these events, whether it's Pups on Parade, whether it's celebrating animals, any one of those events. We just love to see you down there. If you can't donate, at least come to see it and, raise the flag a little bit and make sure that you're out there supporting us.
Yeah, so for this little Love Unleashed event that we're doing on Saturday, September 13th from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., if you're unable to make it, and reminder that it's at Tompkins Park, not at the shelter, Tompkins Park. But if you're unable to make it, spread the word. If you know people who are animal lovers, someone that's lonely, might want an animal, send them to the park to watch this little event. If not, just come over to enjoy the view of the critters, running around. We're thinking about bringing some a kiddie pool and filling it up with water because we have some water dogs and some mud dogs, and it gets messy.
Be fun to watch
but
them.
It's just so much fun to watch.
Well, and I think it'll be a great opportunity for some people maybe who have a dog or have lost a dog and they've got another dog now that's lonely and now they can find a friend and maybe see their real personalities shining through.
Absolutely. And animals are, they're still unpredictable at times. And but our well-trained volunteer group, they know how to separate the scuffles to catch them before it gets too intense.
Right.
And they have their tools and their things. So don't be surprised if you see kind of like brothers and sisters when they pull their hair and they start fighting after they were just playing 2 seconds ago. Those kind of things happen. It's not perfect, but it's going to be great and so much fun. You can take pictures, video, and if you do those things, you can also send us those pictures and videos, and we can get them posted. Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. And that'll be great too. I'm glad you brought that up about the scuffles and stuff because it's so normal, and oftentimes people who don't know what that looks like, get scared or think that's terrible or make some bad comment or something. And it's really not. It's part of kind of the socializing process, right? Dogs have to kind of get that pecking order too.
Yep. We do that.
Right. People do. Yeah.
So we have blowhorns even just in case, as we have the little bottles with pennies in them that you shake around and that kind of startles them a little bit.
Oh, wow.
We have the little bite sticks. But we also have some blowhorns for the ones that might get a little more intense than it should.
You changed, you really changed our life, honestly, on that, Arleen. We started using those little horns, and they're really cheap. You can get some for like $8 on Amazon, and we bought about 6 or 8 of them, put them all over the house because we were having a couple that weren't getting along real well, and they were just having a thing because we brought in a new person, new little dog, and so it needed to get that kind of sorted out, but worked magic.
It does.
I loved it. And they're just amazing together now. So it's awesome. Great idea.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's what the pros are for, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And the pros are going to show you how it's all done.
And we're only pros because we've experienced it.
Well, thank you, Arleen, for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
It's Love Unleashed, a Bark Bash at the Park, Saturday, September 13th, 8 to 11 a.m. Tompkins Park, that's at 2060 South 7th Street, if you don't know where that's at. You can see, actually, the dog park right from the highway there from Buffalo Soldier.
Yeah.
And so it's really cool. Great area to do it in. Big park, lots of room for everybody to come in. So come in and view the dogs.
Yeah.
Maybe bring
watch
one.
And play.
Yeah, maybe adopt one.
Yes, please.
We got lots of them.
Yes, we're getting a little full.
All right. Well, thank you, Arleen. I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks.
Well, folks, that's a wrap on this week's Keepin' It Real radio show. As always, we're so grateful to have you spend part of your Saturday morning with us. Whether you're sipping coffee on the porch, out running errands, or out shopping for a home, we appreciate you. If something we said today sparked a question, or if you've got a great topic or guest idea for a future episode, we'd love to hear it. You can drop your suggestion in the Keepin' It Real suggestion box at the front desk of Long Realty, right behind behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard. Or just shoot me an email at sherry@sherryetthelteam.com or call or text me anytime at 717-599-2439. We love hearing from you. It helps us keep this show real, relevant, and rooted in our Cochise County community. We'll be back next Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. right here on 97.7 Canyon Country, your first choice for legendary country.
Until then, stay safe, stay kind, and as always, keep it real, Cochise County.
Thank you for tuning in to this edition of the Keepin' It Real radio show. Join us next Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. for more engaging interviews with top realtors and industry leaders, keeping you informed about the latest trends in real estate. Stay connected with us as we bring you updates on the dynamic events shaping our vibrant community. From exciting local happenings to noteworthy charities and causes, we've got you covered. See you next week for another edition of Keepin' It Real.